Hello everyone, it's me, Candace Michelle, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I have I Recommend series. I think this is the second video on the I Recommend, and today we are going to be talking about movies. So first up, my favorite guys in the whole wide world, the Rat Pack. Well, I don't really include Peter Lawford, but you know, this is Ocean's 11. It's a really great movie. I watch it every New Year's Eve. Probably like a couple of days before New Year's Eve, and especially on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because it's set place on New Year's Eve, and it's about a bunch of former Army guys that want to rob the casinos and get the money. Awesome. Like, I don't even think anyone can do that nowadays in Vegas, but it's a really great movie. It's just, Shirley MacLaine is in the movie, Angie Dickinson, and you also have Joey Bishop and Peter Lawford and the other Rat Packs. Also, Norman Fell, who played Mr. Roper in Three's Company, he's in the movie too. It's a really funny movie, and I really enjoy it. And there's nothing like seeing the friendship of Frank and Dean and Sammy. So I highly recommend it, especially, I mean, you can watch it any time of the year, but for me, it's just part of the holiday tradition for me. So I love watching Ocean's 11, and I refuse to watch the remakes because absolutely not. Frank's not in it, Sammy, Dean, they're not in it. Why watch it? The next one is my favorite guy in the world, Maltese Falcon, with Bogey. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's a great movie. It's been called the first film noir, and Bogey I feel like he plays himself in this movie. He plays a detective, and he just finds out why someone was murdered over a stolen bird, is what he called it. And it's just a lot of twists and turns. Peter Lorre's in it, who was also really great friends with Humphrey Bogart until the end of his life. Bogey's life. I believe Peter died after he did. Or maybe Peter died before, I can't remember. But it's a really great movie. I can watch that movie all day, and I love when Bogey grabs Peter by the collar. He says, no, it wasn't Peter. It was this wannabe hardcore gangster guy, and he said, "People lose teeth talking that way." It is so awesome. It's a great movie. It is highly recommended. If you're into like mystery and crime and film noir, Maltese Falcon is definitely the movie for you. So please go check it out because you can't go wrong with Humphrey Bogart. And then the next one is Mahogany, Diana Ross. This came out in 1975, and it's about a young lady that lives in the hood that is an aspiring fashion designer, and she ends up becoming a model. And I love it because I saw when I was actively pursuing fashion design, and I wanted to be this big-time fashion designer back in like 2007 and 8. And it has a really great soundtrack. She sings on it. You can't go wrong with Billy D. Williams, very handsome guy. And it just shows her rise of going out of the hood to achieving fame and popularity, and to how it's not what it's all cracked up to be. But it's really greatly well told. And Billy D. Williams, his character, he's bringing the realistic views into her, like, hey, this is not what you want, look at the way you're changing. And it's just a really great movie, and I highly recommend it. The designs in there are gorgeous. I would wear some of them if I could. Actually, like every design that I saw in that movie, I would take home, even if I was having a 70s feel. But it was just a beautiful costumes, and it's a really great movie with a really great soundtrack. So next up, Harlem Nights. I just got this probably a few months ago. It quickly became a favorite. It has, of course, Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, Red Fox in there, Della Reese. Who else is in there? I think Arsenio Hall. I mean, there's just so many. It's an all-star study cast. It's a really funny movie. I want to say it's like the first black gangster movie, but it's just so funny. So it's about Richard Pryor. He takes Eddie Murphy under his wing and shows him how to run the nightclub, and the Italian mob boss wants to take over and, own it. And so there's that clash between the Italians and the black owners, and how they want to own their own and not be run out of business. And it's just a really funny movie. The writing is great. Jasmine Guy is in there. She plays the femme fatale. It's just a really great movie. I highly recommend it. My dad had this for years, and I remember hearing him crack up, and I couldn't understand why because I was younger. I was a little kid, and so I finally checked it out when I was with him, when I was living with him years ago, and I was like, oh, okay. All right, this is in the shooting scene. You killed my brother. You have got to watch it. It's a really funny, great movie. I believe it's like written and produced and directed by Eddie Murphy, so I love it. He did a great job, and I hope that there are more films that are going to be like that because it was really great. And the last one I have is Hoodlum with Lawrence Fishburne and Vanessa Williams and Tim Roth and Andy Garcia as Lucky Luciano, who seriously, back in the 20s, man, Lucky Luciano, if I were around during his time, oh my gosh, that man was beautiful. Even with his ACI. But it's only because he got it because he was fighting. But he was a great businessman. But anyway, so Hoodlum, it takes place in the 30s, the early 30s. And also the lovely Cicely Tyson is in there. She's amazing. Just in general, she's an amazing actress, an amazing woman. And he gets out of jail, and he's trying to help Cicely Tyson's character out, and she ends up going to jail, and so he just takes over the business, and so he's trying to get Tim Roth's character. Oh my gosh, this guy got on my nerves the entire movie. I was ready to slap him. And this is actually based on a true story too. And so Andy Garcia in the end goes into business with Lawrence Fishburne. Not business, but just to team up with getting rid of Tim Roth's character because the man was bad for business. They were running the books. It was a numbers game, the lottery. And so it's just a really good movie. It's dark, a little dark, but just because of all the violence in it. But that's how it was. That's how gangsters were back in the day. And but I like that they were like, the mobs were like, they wore suits, man. They wore the ties and the hats. They're the most dapper looking guys out there. So that's one of the reasons why I like the mob from back in the day, because they were always so put together and they did everything class and style. Well, I don't know what the class were, but style. So I highly recommend these movies. I was impressed the first time I saw them, and I'm a movie buff. I love movies, old movies especially, and I'm a fan of. Sorry, I'm a little off, still a little, but I'm a big fan of like the production, set design, costumes, and these movies really impressed me first off the bat. It didn't take me a couple of times to get into it. Mad Men. The only reason why Mad Men took me a while to get into was just because there's just such a slow start, and I'm like, where's the action? Because I just got finished watching Boardwalk Empire, so I'm like, where's the action? But all of these movies were great first off the bat, and I highly recommend them. So this is my series, the conclusion of this video of I recommend, and I hope you check them out. And if you did, or if you've seen them before, comment down below so I can read and respond, and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And there will be more content coming up soon, so I hope you all have a great day. Bye.